10 celebs who gave interviews when they knew they were dying. Life doesn't come with a script, and even Hollywood's biggest stars can't predict how their final act will unfold. Some knew their time was running out, yet they chose to share their thoughts, fears, and wisdom in powerful last interviews. These weren't just farewells, they were moments of raw honesty, resilience, and reflection. From emotional confessions to inspiring messages that still resonate today, these final words give us a glimpse into the legacies they left behind. Let's dive into the unforgettable last interviews of 10 legendary celebrities. Charlton Heston. Charlton Heston was one of Hollywood's most iconic actors, known for his commanding performances in classics such as Ben-Hur, 1959, and Planet of the Apes, 1968. With a career spanning over 6 decades, Heston's presence both on-screen and off-screen left a lasting impact on the entertainment industry and American culture. However, in August 2002, Heston revealed that he had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, a degenerative condition that affects memory and cognitive function. His announcement shocked fans, as he had always been seen as a strong and commanding figure. Despite his diagnosis, he remained in the public eye for a short while longer, giving one of his most poignant interviews in December 2002. In what would be his final televised interview, Heston and his wife, Lydia Clark, welcomed journalist Peter Jennings into their home. During the conversation, Jennings observed that Heston was already experiencing memory issues. Still, Heston faced his diagnosis with remarkable dignity, acknowledging that fear might come as the disease progressed, but maintaining a calm and composed outlook. His retirement from public life followed soon after, as the effects of Alzheimer's worsened. The once dominant actor, who had played larger-than-life roles, slowly faded from the public eye. On April 5, 2008, Charlton Heston passed away at the age of 84. Beyond his film legacy, Heston was also known for his political activism, having served as president of the NRA and been involved in civil rights advocacy in the 1960s. His contributions to Hollywood and public life remain significant, making him one of the most memorable figures in American history. Alex Trebek. For over 35 years, Alex Trebek was the beloved host of Jeopardy, bringing intelligence, warmth, and wit to millions of viewers. His steady presence made him a household name, and his impact on television was undeniable. However, in March 2019, Trebek announced that he had been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, a disease known for its low survival rate. Despite the grim prognosis, Trebek chose to continue hosting Jeopardy while undergoing treatment, showing resilience and dedication to his craft. He remained open about his condition, giving multiple interviews where he spoke honestly about his health. One of his most emotional moments came when he thanked fans for their overwhelming support, saying their letters and well wishes helped him find strength. In interviews, Trebek maintained his characteristic humor and optimism, stating that he planned to fight the disease as long as possible. He acknowledged that some days were harder than others, but he refused to let cancer define him. He also spoke candidly about mortality, saying, "One thing they're not going to say at my funeral is that I was taken too soon. I've lived a good life." Trebek continued to host Jeopardy for 20 months after his diagnosis, working through pain and exhaustion. His final Jeopardy episode was recorded in October 2020, just days before his passing. On November 8, 2020, he passed away peacefully at home at the age of 80. John McCain. John McCain was a towering figure in American politics, known for his service as a U.S. Senator from Arizona and as a former presidential candidate. A decorated Vietnam War veteran, he endured years of torture as a prisoner of war, but never lost his fighting spirit. That resilience defined his life, and in July 2017, he faced another battle, glioblastoma, an aggressive form of brain cancer. Despite the diagnosis, McCain returned to the Senate just weeks after surgery, determined to continue serving. He famously cast a crucial vote to preserve the Affordable Care Act, demonstrating his independent streak. However, as his health declined, McCain took time to reflect on his life, legacy, and values. In September 2017, he sat down with Leslie Stahl on 60 Minutes, for what would become one of his final in-depth interviews. McCain spoke openly about his diagnosis, admitting that he sometimes felt fear, but quickly reminded himself that he had lived a full life. He expressed gratitude for his family, career, and the opportunities he had to serve his country. He also shared insights on his friendships, political rivalries, and his belief in bipartisanship, something he felt was disappearing from modern politics. McCain continued treatment for nearly a year, but eventually decided to stop medical intervention in August 2018. Shortly after, on August 25, 2018, he passed away at the age of 81. Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple Incorporated, was one of the most influential figures in modern technology. From revolutionizing personal computing to transforming the smartphone industry with the iPhone, Jobs' visionary leadership shaped the world as we know it. However, behind the scenes, he was privately battling pancreatic cancer, a struggle that lasted for 8 years. Jobs was first diagnosed with a rare form of pancreatic cancer in 2003. For a while, he sought alternative treatments before eventually undergoing surgery in 2004. Though he continued leading Apple, his declining health became more noticeable in 2008 and 2009, prompting speculation. Despite this, Jobs continued to make public appearances, including launching new Apple products and sharing his insights in interviews. One of his final major public interviews took place at the 2010 D8 conference, where he reflected on Apple's philosophy and the future of technology. At that time, he downplayed concerns about his health, focusing instead on Apple's innovations. However, his frail appearance fueled concerns. By August 2011, Jobs resigned as Apple's CEO, acknowledging that he could no longer fulfill his role. Just 2 months later, on October 5, 2011, he passed away at the age of 56. Jobs' final reflections revealed a man who, despite his illness, remained focused on innovation, design, and simplicity. His last years were spent ensuring Apple's future, including the development of products like the iPhone 4S and iCloud. Anthony Perkins. Anthony Perkins, best known for his legendary role as Norman Bates in Psycho, was a talented and versatile actor. Though his career spanned decades, it was Alfred Hitchcock's horror masterpiece that cemented him as one of the most memorable figures in cinema. However, Perkins' later years were overshadowed by a private battle with AIDS, a diagnosis he kept secret for years. Perkins was diagnosed with HIV in 1989, at a time when there was still significant stigma surrounding the disease. He chose not to make his diagnosis public, preferring to live his remaining years focusing on work and family. Despite his declining health, Perkins continued acting, determined to remain productive. It wasn't until 1992, shortly before his passing, that he gave what would be his final interview. Speaking with film professor Richard Brown, Perkins reflected on his career, discussing his transition from romantic lead roles to more complex and psychological characters. He spoke fondly about working on films like Friendly Persuasion and Desire Under the Elms, but naturally, much of the conversation revolved around Psycho. Perkins acknowledged that Norman Bates had reshaped his career, turning him into a character actor rather than a traditional leading man. Toward the end of the interview, Perkins expressed gratitude for still being able to work, despite his illness. Sadly, his condition deteriorated rapidly, and on September 12, 1992, he passed away at 60 years old. Unlike many celebrities, Perkins never publicly addressed his illness before his death. However, his final interview served as a farewell from a man who had accepted his place in film history. Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze was one of Hollywood's most beloved actors, known for his roles in Dirty Dancing, 1987, Ghost, 1990, and Point Break, 1991. With his charm, talent, and determination, he became an icon of the 1980s and 1990s. However, in January 2008, Swayze was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, a disease with a notoriously low survival rate. Despite the grim prognosis, Swayze refused to let cancer define him. He continued working on his television series, The Beast, while undergoing aggressive treatments. His resilience became even more evident when he sat down for an emotional interview with Barbara Walters in January 2009. Accompanied by his wife, Lisa Nemi, Swayze spoke about his fight against cancer, his unwavering optimism, and his refusal to give up hope. During the interview, Swayze expressed deep gratitude for the support and love from fans. He admitted that the letters and messages he received restored his faith in humanity. He also addressed the harsh realities of chemotherapy, describing the physical and emotional toll it took on him. Yet he remained hopeful, saying he was determined to fight for as long as possible. Swayze initially believed he had a few more years, but his health declined rapidly. In August 2009, he and his doctors decided to stop treatment, acknowledging that all medical options had been exhausted. On September 14, 2009, Patrick Swayze passed away at the age of 57, at home on his ranch. Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick Boseman was an actor who redefined heroism on and off the screen. Best known for playing King T'Challa in Black Panther, 2018, Boseman's influence extended far beyond the Marvel Cinematic Universe. His powerful performances in 42, Get On Up, and Ma Rainey's Black Bottom showcased his versatility and dedication to storytelling. However, few knew that behind his rising career, Boseman was secretly battling stage 3 colon cancer, a diagnosis he received in 2016. Boseman kept his illness private, choosing to work through pain and surgeries while continuing to bring iconic characters to life. He never spoke publicly about his condition, maintaining a strong and energetic presence during interviews. However, one moment in 2018 hinted at the depth of his struggle. During an interview, Boseman became emotional while discussing 2 terminally ill children who were holding on to see Black Panther. He teared up, saying, "It put me back in the mind of being a kid and their anticipation of this movie." At the time, few understood the weight of his words, as he was also battling a terminal illness. Despite chemotherapy and multiple surgeries, Boseman continued to work, starring in Da 5 Bloods and Ma Rainey's Black Bottom in his final years. His weight loss and frail appearance in 2020 sparked speculation, but he never addressed the rumors. On August 28, 2020, Chadwick Boseman passed away at the age of 44, surrounded by his family. His death shocked fans worldwide, as only a few close friends and relatives knew of his illness. Olivia Newton-John. Olivia Newton-John was a global icon, beloved for her music, acting, and philanthropy. Rising to fame with hit songs like Physical and I Honestly Love You, she became a household name. Her starring role as Sandy in Grease, 1978, solidified her place in pop culture. But beyond her entertainment career, Newton-John became a symbol of strength and resilience in her battle against cancer. First diagnosed with breast cancer in 1992, she fought it into remission. However, in 2013, the cancer returned, and by 2017, it had advanced to stage 4 and metastasized to her bones. Despite the diagnosis, Newton-John remained positive, frequently appearing in interviews to raise awareness and inspire others. In 2019, she gave an emotional interview with 60 Minutes Australia, where she acknowledged that she no longer feared death. She explained that she chose to focus on gratitude rather than the uncertainty of her illness. Her positivity was also evident in a 2021 interview with Extra, where she admitted she didn't know if she was cancer-free, but felt stable and well. Her unwavering optimism was a hallmark of her public appearances. One of her final interviews was in February 2022 with Direct Talk, where she shared her favorite phrase, "This too will pass." It was a message of resilience that defined her approach to life. Newton-John passed away on August 8, 2022, at the age of 74, at her home in California. She left behind not only a legacy of music and film, but also the Olivia Newton-John Cancer Wellness and Research Center, ensuring that her fight against cancer would continue to help others. Karen Black. Karen Black was a Hollywood trailblazer, known for her work in films like 5 Easy Pieces, 1970, The Great Gatsby, 1974, and Trilogy of Terror, 1975. With her unique screen presence and ability to embody both strength and vulnerability, she left a lasting mark on the film industry. However, in 2010, Black was diagnosed with ampullary cancer, a rare form of the disease affecting the digestive tract. As her health declined, Black took an unusual and deeply personal approach. She wanted to document her final days. Unlike many celebrities who chose to keep their battles private, Black was open about her illness, even launching a crowdfunding campaign in 2013 to seek an experimental treatment in Europe. One of her final interviews was conducted by journalist Elliot Mintz, just a month before her passing in August 2013. Speaking from her hospital bed, Black reflected on her life, career, and the connections she had made. She spoke about her love for acting, her appreciation for her fans, and how she saw herself as an artist who always followed her passion. In one particularly emotional moment, Mintz asked if she feared death. Black responded honestly, saying, "Yes, I am, but not so much, kind of on and off." Her words revealed a mix of acceptance and uncertainty, making it one of the most raw and human moments of her life. Karen Black passed away on August 8, 2013, at the age of 74. Her decision to publicly share her journey with cancer allowed fans to see not only her struggles, but also her unwavering spirit. Even in her last days, she remained an artist at heart, proving that storytelling was part of her identity until the very end. Shannon Doherty. Shannon Doherty was a beloved actress, best known for her roles as Brenda Walsh on Beverly Hills 90210 and Prue Halliwell on Charmed. With her strong screen presence and undeniable talent, she became a 1990s icon. However, beyond her acting career, she became an inspiration for millions due to her decade-long public battle with breast cancer. In 2015, Doherty was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. She underwent chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery, eventually entering remission in 2017. However, in 2019, she revealed in an ABC News interview that her cancer had returned and progressed to stage 4, meaning it was incurable. Despite the devastating news, Doherty refused to let cancer define her. In 2023, she sat down for another ABC interview, where she spoke candidly about her ongoing battle, admitting that this fight was much harder than before. Yet, she remained determined to continue living her life, pursuing acting, and advocating for cancer awareness. One of her most personal projects in her final years was her podcast, Let's Be Clear, which launched in 2023. Through this platform, Doherty shared her deepest thoughts on life, career struggles, and her battle with cancer. She even answered questions from fans, ensuring a direct connection with those who supported her throughout her journey. By mid-2024, Doherty's health had significantly declined, yet she continued recording her podcast regularly, showing unwavering strength. On July 13, 2024, Shannon Doherty passed away at 53 years old. These final interviews give us a glimpse into the strength, resilience, and legacy of some of Hollywood's most beloved figures. Each of these celebrities faced their final days with courage, leaving behind stories that continue to inspire us. Whether through their films, television appearances, or personal battles, their impact lives on. Which of these final interviews moved you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and comment to let us know your thoughts. Your support helps us bring more engaging Hollywood stories to you. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to All About Hollywood for more incredible stories about the stars who have shaped the entertainment industry. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.